Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, to this Maloney's Digest with your main man, gingy fucking middle-aged dude. Me, that is Mark Maloney. Good to see you all, even though I've just seen Chris Perez as the first one. Hello, Chris. How do you do? Of course, when I start doing the live stream, the cats start scratching at the door just to really let me know that it is time to be bothered. Listen to that. I actually know each cat by the rotation of the claw on the door. So it is what it is. How are you doing, Chris? I was 20 minutes late to the party. 20 minutes late to the party. Had some things to do. And I can't be on too long tonight because I've got to be up early in the morning. I was hoping to do this at about 11 o'clock tonight. Well, what a week it's been. Anyone see that Larry Sinclair, Tucker Carlson interview? That was fucking funny, man. It was what? Yeah, what else has been happening? Apparently Elon Musk stopped the Ukrainians from doing a Pearl Harbor style ambush on the Russians in Crimea, which, like from a humanitarian point of view, I don't want to see people being killed. My stance on that: pro peace, baby, and anyone who's not on the side of peace can go fuck the mothers. Fikra, how are you getting on? Fikra. There's a girl called Tanya O'Callaghan from Mullingar who she's playing with Steven Adler from Guns N' Roses and a couple of other big shots. She's a bass player. Fucking impressive looking woman too. I think I once met her in the Globe years ago. And I remember I had like Tanya bassist to my phone. So I'm assuming that was her. But she's fucking solid. Hey. I shouldn't be eating nuts on the stream, but I'm hungry. You were in a band with you, eh? Fucking hey. I was thinking you know her. She's fucking sound, hey. So we got in the chat tonight. We got Shawnee. We got Fikra. We got Boom Boom 43. She's tasty, man. In great shape. Vegan, too. She did well for herself. Plays well. Cancerous Attitude. Welcome to the show. Yeah, was she based over in Los Angeles now, Fikra? Fucking unreal crack, hey. Unreal crack. If any of you want to jump on for an old chin wag, the link is here. You can go on here. There you go. Irish Vanguard says, love you long time, Maloney. When you going to give your opinion on the immigration in Sweden versus Ireland, bro? Well, that's an opinion if you give nowadays. You'll have fucking blue-haired fatties coming out the woodwork trying to get you cancelled, which I think is ridiculous. It's an industry, and it's kind of like, I've said this before. You're basically using pawns of geopolitical chess, or victims as pawns in a game of geopolitical chess to further destabilize the nations, and also leads to wage compression, which basically you have cheaper labor, you have it's not the people on the street who are going to benefit from that. It's the big companies who are running the show. It's all bollocks, man. It's all bollocks. Let me see. If anyone wants to get an American visa, hit me up. Ask Martin. His is in the works. Thanks for letting everyone know that, Chris. But also at the same time, I do get it. But you can indeed, some people who indeed know how to get the wheels in motion to go working over in the States. I don't know if there's going to be fucking much left of the States after a while. It feels like finally getting this shit together as the wheels are coming off the bus completely. There's a lot of mad fucking shit going on over there, hey. You marrying for dollars? Asks Sean. Hey, what are you gonna do about it? What are you gonna do? What are you gonna fucking do about it? You know what I'm saying? My father was a great man. My mother wore him down, so he was a fucking little nub of a man. He was an innocent fucking horse. Hi, oh my. Hey, T, I like the picture. I got it redone. So you look like Napoleon. It's a fucking joke. You fucking wind up. There's a little whiff of the cheeky stuff, Pez. James Ware's in the mix, hey. Oh. Very, very interesting. Piston Head, that are known for its lager, have done a Piston Head flavored cider. Raspberry and blackcurrant. Not bad. First beverage of the night. So I've been doing a lot of mountain biking this week, um, which has been great fun. I think I did about 30k the other day. I didn't expect to go out and do it, but I'm kind of one of these people who doesn't really make plans and then on a whim just goes off on a mad voyage into the unknown. And that's a bit like how my life is as well. And if you ask my ex-wife, that's not the way she likes it because she's basically like I'm like turbo driven ADHD, where she's turbo driven OCD. Everything has to be done in lists. It freaks her out not knowing about the future. Whereas if everything for me is locked down and I can't see beyond the plans, that freaks me out. So it's kind of it could work, and then it goes the other way. So it depends on where you live, because I think everything in Sweden is so fucking clockwork. Like everything has to be done in such a way where there's no surprises, and it's just kind of in that way it get a bit stale. Irish Vanguard says, "Respect, you're a dude as always. 19th of September, get to the door, Maloney. You're one of our own." 19th, I'll be back in Sweden then. But I did see something. I did see something on Twitter. I don't know if it's about like these fucking this bullshit hate speech. I mean, that hate speech thing is just such a it's so nebulous. It's basically what can't like like this is something that is just when you think about Orwellian times. If any of you are familiar with George Orwell's 1984, The Hour of Hate, like the word hate, it's a bit like Steve Hughes, the comedian. He goes, the war on terror. How can you have a war on terror? It's a noun. And it's basically, it's they make a word. So I mean, and you look at there was a lot of spicy shit that was going on there on Twitter last week with Elon Musk and Keith Woods and Jake Shields and Ryan Dawson, a few other people. Like there were, I mean, it was just a whole. I think it was like ban the ADL was trending, and I mean, they're supposed to be known as the Anti-Defamation League, but they just seem to be defaming, and it's like a fucking shakedown racket, man. Like it's no one should have that kind of fucking power over people's expression of free speech. Sean says that hate speech law will not go well. No, it won't. Look, at the end of the day, like fuck anybody who tells you what you can and can't say. Really, like fuck them guys. And you see, everything is so stitched up nowadays that people. The problem is the world is full of cowards. People who don't want to rock the boat. They don't want to put their head up over the parapet. But I mean, there are those who are just so fucking daft and they swallow the shite that they read on. I was actually thinking to myself, I was having a bit of a ramble around today, and I thought, I don't. Why is it I don't fall for any of these fucking global cons? And I realized because I don't watch mainstream media. Not only that, because also if you spend time with like criminals, or you've ever been engaged in any kind of low grade criminal activity like a scam here and there, whatnot, you can kind of apply that to what happens with people who are on the big con at the very top. And well, it's just basically it's power and greed and the love of money which has led us to this very strange place. And I think the world always was like this. I just think that we have instant communications that highlight these things. Pez Power Production says BRICS is gonna try to undervalue American currency, huh? Well, they've been doing a fucking good job of that themselves, to be quite honest with you. Like ever since Nixon took the dollar off the gold standard, and the only reason that the American dollar is propped up the way it is because oil is sold on the petrodollar. And once someone like China comes along with a gold back yuan, it's like, okay, you're going to give us a gold back currency versus these paper IOUs from that mob over the other side of the Atlantic. I'm sure like Venezuela, for example, apparently it's got very It's the most oil-rich nation on the planet. But apparently, as Trump said, it's very tarry. It's very sticky. It's a lot of tar in that. Not like the beautiful oil we have here in the good old U.S. of stateside. And yeah, so you can imagine Venezuela be like, "Sound, yeah, we'll sell the that crude oil in gold-backed yen." And you know, bunch of clone horses, says James Way. But I didn't want this stream to be about solely about geopolitical stuff. And as usual, I kind of come on and just don't. I mean, earlier on I was thinking I really should like prepare, but then fucking shite at preparing, man. I just that would mean me like. I mean, I had time. I went and today just looked at used cars for about 2 hours, and then how to turn a bicycle into an e-bike, and that took a lot of time. And then I started looking for secondhand bases. So that's what I did instead of preparing for this show. You know, I could have dressed up in a nice suit and had a well lit camera, but I don't. Unfortunately, what you do have is a man who riffs for about 2 hours and chats to fine, splendid people. And I like it, you like it, and that's just the way it is. Things will never be the same. Oh no. Strongbow stateside said he pissed into his ex's mouth on Facebook. He's some boy. Yeah, he sends some absolute mad shit to me. The most recent barrages of pictures are of him. Let me have a little look now. Let me have a little look. Let me have a little his latest messages. Let me see. Mm, 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 mm. What was I looking for again? Stateside. This is what happens to me. Like anytime I try and do anything on Facebook or Instagram, it's just like I just get lost in the landing page. You know, it's very frustrating. Stateside, where are you, you fucking mad bastard? Oh, he's down here. Okay, so here's one of them. So he sent this, and I said, looking strong, top jawline, highly ranked. Cheers, man. Sent me a picture wearing a Norwegian hat. And then he sent me this one here. What a jawline. And then he had another one taken from Facebook that has his name, Tommy Miller, on it. And what a jawline. I'm extremely intelligent. And there was the latest one. So that's all in the latest world of stateside law. Donald Cotter, any update on the new season of the books? The country needs you. Do you know what, Donald? It sounds sad, but I realize that I think it's fucking done and dusted, mate. To be quite honest with you, I mean, I tried to get it off the ground there about a year ago, and I just think no one really has the passion, and probably maybe sorry, or is it sad as it sounds? I don't really think I can't. It kind of feels like I was all on board myself, but recently I'm just like it's like that Guns N' Roses song. Sometimes it feels like I'm flogging a dead horse. Um, You know, I think if I'm just honest about it, I think that there's nothing in the short to medium term, maybe something in the long term, but don't know. To be quite honest with you, I was actually thinking about just doing a WhatsApp group and just, but I know where that goes from experience. It's like you talk about, oh yeah, should we do this? And some people will give it the go ahead. Some people say they'll want to do it, and I mean, unless there was someone who had a bunch of fucking money to do the development because basically, you know, we're all living in different places. Uh, some of us have kids, and it was a magical, great time. It was great fun. I'd be up for doing it, but it's just the other lads. You know, it's even I think the crew probably like they've gone and moved on to other things. But it would be nice to do something, Donald. I mean, I'm not ruling it out. But unless certain other members share the same passion as I do, then it's probably not going to happen in the near to midterm future. Saying that though, you don't know. I watched fucking Bill and Ted today, the new film. That was a good 30 years later. Not a bad film, quite enjoyable. I watched The Man Who Got Sucked Off by the Octopus. Oh no, that wasn't the name. It was he was this South African guy who had a great relationship with an octopus. Learned a lot about it, and it was a very sad, whimsical tale, but also a very enchanting, immersive look into a total different element. And you gotta doff your cap to the lad for being able to go down and film and hold his breath. And that lad doesn't even need a wetsuit, man. He just goes down in the jocks. But it was good. And then at the end of all this, like the shark, like the octopus gives birth to the young ones, and then it slowly dies and it's been nibbled on by fish. And next thing, the shark just comes along and goes, "I'll have that." Just fucks off with it in its mouth. It's a bit like life itself. You go through life of, you're born and whatever your family background is, you learn all this new information and you progress the levels, and, you procreate and you have kids and dreams and plans get derailed, and you learn other things about yourself and life, and then you pick up all this wisdom, and then you have to go through the love and the loss of people dying, and you lose your own faculties and fitness and start aging, and then at the end of it, you're dead. And it's often as the case, it's a very unceremonious way to just slip off the fucking mortal coil. How are you, Ryan McCann, man? Good fucking lad, hey, Ryan, good fucking lad. Mikey J. The voiceover of the Diggers video was gas. That was a good old touch. Fucking Leo Nolan. Leo, if you want to hop in here for a chat, mate, you're doing good work on TikTok, lad. Hop in for a chat with the main man. You've got a nice mullet going on there, man. I'm enjoying that. The mullet work is fucking, it's A1, man. It's A1. Proud of you. James Way, come to the White North. Ricky can set you up in a trailer. I tried to get in touch with Bubbles and Trailer Park Boys a while back, and he didn't get back to me, and I was like, I won't be fucking hassling you, so like, yeah, fucking, I know, I'm not fucking one today. But he's probably very busy as well. Getting bummed by an octopus. Can my day get any worse? The octopus sucks off the deep in the show. The boys. Interesting. How are you, Amanda? Look, there's Amanda saying, hello, lads. How are you doing? Good to see you, Amanda. Looking well in your avatar there. Holy shit, that beer is good. Which beer is this, my man? I would, but I'm in my jocks. Having a Jimmy. Thanks, hey. No worries, hey. Next time I see you in the avatar, I want you playing an old fucking Telecaster going. Queen Hensley, welcome to the party. There's no bells and whistles on this show. Usually it'd be like some people have it down to where you can press a button and animation comes up, and it's just like, I'm using a 2015 MacBook. It's old, like myself. Seen better days, but it gets the job done. Am I right in the fucking wrong, hey? Bastards. So any questions in the chat? Let's get this fucking chat rolling. Limp Biscuit style. John Lotto, take him to the Matthews Bridge. Generation. That's Unchained by Van Halen. Thanks, Martin. Hi, Sean. Sorry about the old octopus. I keep getting attacked by butterflies. What the fuck is with them all this year? Bastards. No, I was just, if you missed that earlier on, Leo, nothing's happening with the fifth series. Tried to resurrect it. No one was biting. If I'm totally honest, even myself, I was like, I tried. I tried so hard and got so far. In the end, it doesn't even matter. Drop D. Eddie Durkin, your legend. What's the story? The Shield of Ballycastle. Oh, the cagey fields down beyond Crossmalina. Donald Cotter, any tips on where to begin with learning acoustic? Well, funny enough, Donald, I have a lot of tips. First of all, it sounds like a very obvious one, but have a guitar around, like as in have a guitar that you can play. So once you have a guitar that sounds good and it's got fresh strings on it, sounds good. What I would do then is I would learn all of your majors. So you got 12 notes. And let's say if you look at this guitar fretboard here, right? So this and this, they're both the same note, which is E, but I've down tuned this half a step, but don't worry about that. So these notes, they're all the same on these two strings, right? So if you go down here to the 12th, which is marked with these two dots, that's basically the same. That's in E. It's tuned to an E. That's the key of E. These tunings it's tuned to. Basically, everything after this repeats itself. Now, what I would recommend is learn your D shape, learn your A shape, your E shape, your G, your F, and your C. And then your bar chords, which usually consist of the A shape and the A minor shape, and with the okay, so if you don't have any experience with guitar, here's the A shape. So basically, bar chords are something that I would recommend you learn as well. So if you go like this, A, this is so A, B flat, B, C, C sharp, D, E, F, G. Oh wait, F sharp. Fuck, I've lost actually. Sorry. A, B flat, B, C, C sharp, D, D sharp, E, F, F sharp, G, G sharp, back to A. Then this repeats itself. So if the body of the guitar didn't, if the frets didn't stop, that would keep going on infinitum. So that's your A shape, and then you've got your E shape, which again you put the bar here. So it's E, F, F sharp, G, G sharp, A sharp, E flat, B, C, C sharp, D, D sharp, E. Same thing, but a different octave. So once you've learned and you're comfortable with changing chords, I would then start learning the minor and the major pentatonic scale and the patterns. It's all patterns. It all repeats itself. And I was self-taught without any theory. I would say learn your theory. That's because I think a mistake that I made and a lot of other people when they start playing guitar is they don't really want to learn the theory because they just want to start doing this, which is great fun. But once you know where you're going and why you're going there, then it actually becomes a lot more fun, and you gain a nice bit of confidence in your playing. So I hope that has answered a few questions. But I would say, Donald, doesn't matter what and for anyone else in the chat that wants to learn an instrument, but is like, oh, I'm fucking 43, man. Oh, I'm too old. You're not too old. If you really do have the interest and you want to practice, then you'll pick it up. And like YouTube has all this information. It's just you've got to know what you got to start looking for. Any Pantera, or that's something I would like to get down. Red Run, she's turning me. Ryan McCann. Also, away on Marty, I've to give you a ring tomorrow about shit. Have a good stream, man. Ryan, myself and yourself, we need to do some fucking... bit of that, but more enthusiastic and live on stage. Manda, my husband tried to teach me how to play guitar, but my fingers kept dislocating. So fuck with that. You should try maybe maybe a 3/4 size guitar with nylon strings just to get the bearings right, but keep it up. And piano as well. The other thing is learn the piano too. It's the same principle, and a piano is actually a bit easier because of the layout. You can actually see it. So you got your 12 notes, and if you go from C to C chromatically, it goes all the way up to the next octave. I'm actually thinking about starting to do a guitar lesson channel. I think maybe that's something that I'll be pretty good at, because I've been told in the past that I'm quite enthusiastic and passionate about teaching. Plus, it means I also have to brush up on my own theory skills as well. Inversions. Let me see. Hello, Missy. Just learn a chord a day and practice going to and fro each chord. You know what? That is a very good idea. That is a very good idea. One chord a day, your mother's gone away, your father's doing time for the perfect crime. But yeah, that's a good idea. One chord a day and practice the transitions. Or if you could do like, okay, you got the A shape, which is basically, you can do that. You can do it with your 3 fingers. But then you got variations. So you got your A minor shape, which is you just take on the B string, you turn that into a A minor shape, which is by adding a flat, which gives you the minor. And this is D minor, the most saddest of all the chords. Love, love, lit my love pump. Shame that Rob Reiner is just such a fucking wrongen. Rob Wrongen. I don't know how this how the internet is looking, because or my connection, because last week it apparently was it was very jittery. He knows all the chords. Hey, oh, okay. I am 16 and played it from a young age, but my fingers are fucked. No good for a wedding night. In other words, oh. If you're only 16, man, like sure, I was 17 when I started playing, and I wish I'd had a guitar sooner. I wished I'd had access to. I didn't have I'd got my first proper CD player we got in the gaff. I was 17, and then I fucking started catching up quick. Hey, oh, Kinsler will tell you that. Am I right, Kinsler? Kinsler, you watching? Yeah, Kinsler. You crack, right? You know, fucking Kinsler. Fucking Magnos, man. Self himself. Fucking under 21s. Fucking Northern Ireland versus fucking Republic of Ireland in fucking Milebush Park. Oh, myself and Kinsler. Oh, we're off shifting birds, man. Thought we were the big boys till we got stuck in Castlebar. Had to sleep rough for the night. 15-year-olds. Oh, got to lift home the next day from the auntie who was working beyond the Castlebar Garda station. Ho, ho, ho. Never forget it, man. The cold, the darkness, the unrequited boner, the unresolved boners of the night. Have you ever played the brown note? Ho, ho. Not really. Let me see what else we got down here. Pez can play the field. A man Pez. Listen to this man doing all the hype man. October 1st, 5th, New York City. 11th, Long Island, New York. And 18th, New York City again. 18th. And because I've asked Stevie to fucking tell me what the schedule is here, man. Jesus, man, I'm going to be away for fucking 3 weeks. People are going to go fucking daft. I'm going to come back bloated and feral. If you want to play guitar, as the boo says, YouTube has all the fucking stuff, man. Guitar Center will sell you a floor model guitar for cheap. Yeah, actually, funny enough, this was bought in Guitar Center, I think, because it had some. So basically, they were like, okay, it's got a bit of blemish on the paintwork, so we'll take 15. We'll take $150 off it. I'm like, sweet man, that's a good deal. And then later on, it was like, yeah, plus tax, brought it back up to the original prices. So what is this bullshit with the United States, man, having to pay tax, and tipping people? Just why wasn't included? Hello, Chris. How are you doing, Papa Sean?
I'm doing well. How are you?
Not too bad, mate. How's that constant vaping going for you?
It's been better. It's been worse.
That Elf Bar vape, I still have one of them, but I think the coil is burnt in it, and it's like,
Tastes no good, huh?
yeah. But at the same time, like, I just need a hit of nicotine.
Look at that. No, I hopped on just to do the promotion stuff here since you don't want to do it. Oh, also, rest in peace, Jimmy Buffett.
Who?
Jimmy Buffett?
Is that Warren's brother? Is it?
No, wasting away again in Margaritaville, the singer.
Oh, well, rest in peace, Jimmy.
Yeah,
He enjoyed many a Buffett in his time, I'd say.
I'm sure he had a good time, but no.
Hey, tell me about what are the wings like up in? We got some good wing places up there in Boston.
There's plenty of good food around in both Boston and New York. You'll be very well impressed with the food situation here.
I'm looking forward to doing a nice bit of eating when I'm over there.
I might have hit 18th when it's actually the 13th because I think you leave on the 15th.
We leave on the 15th.
Yeah, I think you land
grandmother's
on
anniversary. God rest her.
Sorry, rest in peace. Yeah, so I just wanted to come out here. I don't know if anyone is in the chat or knows anyone in the cities that wants to see you guys live. So I wanted to just throw that out there.
Yeah, everybody. I mean, we'll be there if you're over on the other side of the pond and you want to see us lads do some fucking funny shit on stage,
or if you know anybody that loves
with us afterwards, then
that's right.
Eddie Gannon runs the flats, man.
And we're working on a show in Miami, but that's tentative right now.
What's the crack in Miami?
I'm working on a show down there, but it's tentative.
Okay, keep your secrets.
That's all there is to it. I just emailed this one dude, and he's heard of you guys, and he was looking into it, but he hasn't emailed me back.
All right. What about don't park the car far from the bar?
Well, we won't be driving in Boston. Hopefully the weather's good, and we won't have to drive at all. But I've been that's why, because Steve went live earlier today, okay? Dead Hedgehogs did their first live thing. So I popped on there. There was about 10 of us in there. And I asked him for the dates in there because I've been trying to call him. Grabbing him's like grabbing smoke. Point is, he put out some dates, and I tried to scramble and write them down as he was doing it. But we'll see, though. But I want to go up and do certain things in Boston, but it looks like we're going to be in New York the majority of the time. I think you only have 48 hours in Boston.
Oh.
So
I've been practicing for coming to Boston because I'm playing a fair bit of Fallout 4.
Oh yeah.
So just getting geographically. Funny enough, I probably have a fair idea of it if I just think about the fictional apocalyptic wasteland of Fallout 4.
Well, honestly, it's kind of weird, but it's not like I've played Fallout 4 myself. But they have the Boston Tea Party thing right next to Fenway, and it's not near Fenway, so. And the fact that Boston is literally built on marshes filled with trash, it's not the same Boston that. Anyways, it's changed.
How's your weather over there, Chris? Are you having a heat wave?
Yeah, we were having a big heat wave the last couple of days, and then today crazy thunderstorms because of those hurricanes in the Atlantic. So
nice. Was that exciting?
The power went out in the lower part of the valley, but I'm on top of the hills, so we had power.
Oh, King of the Hill, sitting pretty up there, yeah.
On this one, I suppose, yeah. Yeah.
Bill Gates needs to be crucified. Old style.
I can't read people's comments anymore, so you're gonna have to be the one that does that, though.
We got a General Platypus here says, "Big up him. Can you shout Jerry Cherry Murphy host?"
Jerry Cherry Murphy host?
Do you know him at all? Are you aware of this?
No. Who is this?
It's General Platypus, man. I think he's an Australian mammal with a duck bill.
I'm aware of what a platypus is. I
He,
just don't know what he's having me yell, you goofball.
he was one of Blinky Bill, the cartoon character's friends. He had a platypus buddy, and back in the day.
I'm not even all that familiar with Blinky Bill.
It was one of those like Friday afternoon after school. It was on BBC, and he'd be like, fuck it, I'll watch it. There's nothing else on.
Why not?
You're 7 months pregnant, Amanda. Fucking fair play to you. How many kids you got now? I'm very impressed. My ex didn't have the fucking, and I suppose I looking back, I was like, I wish I had a few more from the same brood before the divorce.
Speaking of which, was someone on time for school this morning?
Yes.
No way.
Yeah, I had to get up at fucking 6:20.
Yeah, I would have put the fucking mortgage that kid would have been late. That's all I'm saying. I'm proud of you.
Hey, what do you think about jet fuel? Can't melt steel beams.
What do I think about it? I don't think about it. I do everything I can to not think about it.
Did you see that video of Bill Clinton, man, outside? I think he was in like Vermont or something.
Oh,
he just gets out of a car and he's like this. And he walks into a book. He looked like a fucking GTA NPC.
Well, the dude's old, and when you have access to like any pill you want, be it like he's probably just walking around in a haze all the time. Like if something hurts, I'm sure he's like, who knows, dude? Like, look at even I don't know. Whatever. Presidents are old. Politicians need to have like age limits or something because this shit's getting absurd.
Oh yeah, let's look at fucking Mitch McConnell, man.
Hey, he just like someone hit Control-Alt-Delete on his brain for a second. It started the task manager. It was weird.
Yeah, exactly. But look at what's her name? Look at Feinstein as well.
Yeah, like she looks like a ghoul from Fallout 4, actually.
She fucking come back soon, please.
She looks scary, dude. Might want to
bring back stateside.
Yeah, what? So
Justice I want to know Michael O'Leary.
Huh? The stateside, how much
number 8
stateside goes
you know what?
In?
Big round of applause here for Amanda. Fair play, man. That's what Irish women used to be doing, and that's why there were so many of us. But our numbers are fewer and fewer, thanks to the price of everything. But that's the way to do it, man. Live out in the country, raise a load of kids, live off the land, and every child be a quiver or an arrow in your quiver. Saying that though, like my two, fucking hell. There's just I don't know what the hell was wrong with them tonight, man. It was just non-stop hassle. I do love them dearly. I really do.
They're great kids. I know them. If you guys could believe it or not, I've babysat them before. They're great kids.
And just for the record, I wouldn't let any old fucking Tom, Dick, and Harry look after the kids.
It's true. It's true. They're good kids, though. I'm not gonna.
Yeah,
I was actually going through my pictures from 2 years ago. I was gonna resend them to you because it's crazy how big the little guy's gotten.
Yeah, they're funny. Like I went and bought a pool noodle for them the other day because I've seen this boxing exercise where basically to practice them blocking shots.
Yeah,
you hit them with a pool noodle. So we're having a bit of then it was their turn to hit me.
Yeah, I was about to say it's fun when it's in your hand, but when they have it in their hand.
No, it was good. It was good fun, but I realized how like I'm fairly slow at like the girl. No, she's handy. I've taught her a good few things now in over the years, and look, man, you've got to fucking you got. I think it's good for kids to be to know how to handle themselves and I think I'd like to get them into judo and jiu-jitsu and kickboxing and all that kind. I think because the earlier you do that, the less you feel like you need to be You need to prove yourself. So when some dickhead starts on you, you're like, yeah, man, it's your problem. See you later. And if they do try and, if you're walking away and, trying to be the bigger man and they throw a fucking shot at you, but it's over. It's just done. And nothing's, and it's like, I told you nicely. I fucking told you. And that, like I said last week, do no harm, take no shit. It's very simple. It's very, very simple. It's a simple concept.
Maybe. Listen, no. You gotta call up that dude that was the MMA guy we bumped in on the train. You got his number. The uncle. What was his name? Uncle Mike or something.
Who?
The short, like, Nigerian guy, but he was jacked. He was his son was like a Golden Glove boxer.
Was it Sam? Was it or something?
Yeah, it was like Uncle Sam. He knew everyone on the train.
Yeah, you see, that's the thing, man. It's like gyms that produce disciplined, humbled, yet strong, handy people owe that respect to the people who teach them that, and I think it's something that you always have. They're basically people who teach you. You have this power and you have this ability, but you've got to know how to not use it unless you have to.
It's true. It's very true.
It's like you in the army. They taught you how to fucking go.
I was like a different person then, though. That isn't me. Like now, that was like a young kid. That was almost 20 years ago. I could be retiring now, so like that wasn't me. You know what I mean?
But when you're that age, man, you don't know anything.
Yeah, exactly. That's what I'm saying. Like,
that's why they get them when they're young.
It's absolutely
full of hormones and
it's that and the physicality, the physical aspect of it. But I just saw the Department of Defense said that 70% of qualified ages now could not get into the military.
Yeah, I've seen that
because of how fat and drugs we are,
and they're on fucking SSRIs or it's
and
crazy.
If they just stopped if they just made weed like okay, like you can't be high, like make it like booze, you can't be high on duty. Numbers, it would drop to like 50%. I promise you that. So, I mean, they're complaining about retention numbers and everything, and the military is starting to turn into this all-inclusive thing. So it's all right.
Yeah, but if you ever watch Colonel Douglas McGregor talking about the state of the U.S. Army nowadays, he's just like he's one of those straight up yes sir, no sir, did his time, and you can imagine like the old boys like that who were in like serious military guys must just look at the fucking state of things in the U.S. today and they're like, what?
Even I look at it and it's completely different because like I have a friend that she's stationed at Fort Drum up there and I'm like, oh, what's going on with it? She's like, yeah, we don't do any of that stuff anymore. And I understand though, quote unquote, peacetime army is different than the height of what was going on, during the global, as George Bush and you called it earlier, the global war on terror. So there's a lot more
terror. So, war on terror. You're either with us or you're against us.
Well, I mean, it is what it is. But I'll still give that man credit for firing a strike right down the middle at the first pitch the Yankees game after 9/11. That was pretty badass.
It was a good pitch, to be fair.
That's what I'm saying.
It was a good pitch.
Anyhow, though. But
I got lost in this massive nature reserve the other day as well on the mountain bike. This is a different thing. And I realized, like, why mountain bikes have full suspension and forks, and it's quite impressive the terrain you can cover. Yeah. But I ended up getting lost, and I had like a can of Cuba Cola, which is actually a very nice Swedish cola. It's made by Spendrups, the same guys who do these, and I saved it until I was like desperately thirsty. I was sweating. It was a hot evening. And I took out this Cola Cuba. I was like, oh, it is time. Found a place where there was fuck all mosquitoes because every time I stopped, it was like mozzies just swarming me. And then I opened it and I took a drink out of it. I looked down. It was like Cuba Cola Zero, and I was like, for fuck's sake, I just needed the sugar.
Oh, wow.
So when I came back after the cycle, like I felt like I was like pissed. I was like staggering or like swaying on the bike, and it was all uphill as well. And
Were you shaking?
yeah, I had to do a gig afterwards as well.
Oh, wow.
So like I just like ate whatever I could find, and yeah, it was a good show. But I was just fucking exhausted because I took the gig that day.
Is that why you're trying to look up how to make your bike electric? Because you don't want to go climbing up the hills like that?
Well, just in terms of like I was looking at bikes. Like I mean, I was looking at cars, but having a car in Stockholm, I mean, it would be handy to have. I've lived without one my whole life here in Stockholm, and then there's times I'm like, just fucking having to walk or take public transport everywhere is a real pain in the arse.
Oh, your
And
public transport is awesome, dude. I don't want to hear it. I was every time I come and stay with you, I am so impressed with the train situation and the tram situation.
well, this is the thing. Like when I came to New York in 2006 after being in Stockholm, I was kind of like, what the fuck's the big deal with New York, man? Like Stockholm is far more cleaner and advanced, and to be fair, like New York, like like I didn't really see much in terms of criminal activity back then. Like,
I'm very excited for October this time. Very excited to see what we'll see.
Yeah, I mean, I haven't been there since 2011.
So, a few 10 plus years later.
Yeah, fucking De Blasio.
Gonna just be that's what I was trying to figure out, how we're gonna get from New York up to Boston and then back down to New York. And I was thinking they used to have this like wicked cheap like Feng Shui Express train from China, or bus from Chinatown to New York, but it's like it's the worst like kept bus ever. All it does all day is fly back and forth from New York City to Boston. And it like never runs on time, but it's only like $40 or something cheap. So I was looking at it, but I might call you tomorrow because if Cowboy answers, I might have to get. They had $30 flights from New York to Boston, so I was just gonna buy them all. But we'll discuss that when we're not talking about that.
I was actually gonna, but it could be quite nice taking a trip, just like seeing some of the bits in between.
Well, there's 5 of us in the car though. As long as we don't have all our stuff, me and Sam are probably gonna drive down there. But like I was thinking if we could leave the car there because we're only going to be up in Boston for a couple days. I don't know why the shows are the way they are, but I don't want to talk about this on a public forum. But it's
what kind of car are you driving?
Well, Sam has the Prius. We've got a Prius, but it's not huge. So
no. I thought you were driving in some fucking Oldsmobile town car, Lincoln town car, where it's like you could lie down horizontally in the back.
Yeah, I mean it's only a 5-hour drive, but we could take the train and drive up the Atlantic, but it's kind of expensive now.
That'd be nice, though. Drive up the Atlantic. Bit of a road trip. I mean, like every time you go to States, you have to have a bit of a road trip.
It's true. Well, we're gonna have one way or the other, but like the flight's only 45 minutes, though, dude. So that allows us for so much other time to do shit. Like if we can go on Skiplagged or one of the websites and find like a cheap last minute deal for $30, we'll do that. But it's all good. What was the wisdom? Oh, Donald got some good wisdom. Missy, I don't have any other hats. I'm sorry.
I don't.
Ball caps.
The hat looks good on you, Chris. Where'd you get a hat from?
Sam and I got it when I came back from Afghanistan the first time we went to I was on leave, actually. We went to Orlando and we went to Disney and played golf. Sam is so bad at golf, though, but like just being out on the course with him was fun. But there's like a highway right next to the course, and Sam shanked at least 6 balls like close to it. I was like, we're going to get thrown out of this place. Still, it was a lot of fun. It really was a good time. It was Orlando, though. Orlando gets boring really fast, like really fast. So we just played a lot of golf and stuff.
And do a lot of shopping in like retail parks and that.
Yeah, I don't need to go to Orlando to do that. I could go up to New Hampshire where it's tax-free. That was what I wanted to do. I wanted you guys to try and see if we could drive up to New Hampshire because the leaves will be changing colors, so you'd be able to see the foliage and stuff up there. It would have been beautiful.
Yeah, that'd be nice. I mean, I'd like to get some You know, because in fairness, like those old navy jeans you bought back, they're good quality. They are. Like,
I don't even. Oh, the black ones. Yeah.
yeah, they're
Oh,
solid, man.
yeah.
I was
All
like, I
right.
was wearing them for about 3 weeks straight, and I was like, fucking hell, man, I really must take these off.
Yeah, give
But
them a wash every now and then, bud. Just every now and then.
but I've always been. Sometimes I wear a pair of jeans for a month.
Well,
And
people
then
say
the
you
funny
can
thing
put
is,
them in the freezer and to clean them. You're not like supposed to wash them, but you know, you spill on them and shit.
yeah, exactly. I mean, I have to wash them every now and again. Like I've got these nudie jeans, these Swedish ones that like I've had pairs. I mean, they're pretty much falling apart now, but they get so
Yes, I
comfortable
know
after a
the
while.
jeans you're talking about. Please, now that I bought you those old navy jeans, throw away those jeans you have with the ripped crotch, please.
Yeah, I mean, like, yeah, fair enough.
Listen, we can
I
work
was
it
actually
out.
thinking about buying a sewing machine and fucking fixing them myself because I remember anytime I come over to my mother's house, I'm like, "Can you fix them for us?" "Ah, how can I fix them?
Did you figure out a way to do it though?
Yeah, I mean, you get a second-hand sewing machine. I mean, like Facebook Marketplace is quick. I bought a loop pedal the other day and an RC50, but it turns
Yeah.
out it's like from the fucking mid noughties, so it's like about 15 years old. But still, once I figure out how to use that, it should bring the performance of the gigs up to like mad new levels because you can record vocal dubs and stuff. But again, being able to play and sing and entertain, have pre or mid song banter with people, but to be able to figure out how to get all those loops and do it right, so that's a different fucking skill entirely.
Well, speaking of your live shows, I do have some footage of you playing at V-Strums from my GoPro. Remember the night that I just sat it up there? So, if you want, I can get that over to you.
What was this, mate? Sorry.
I read what Missy said, or Amanda said too there. I was waiting for you to comment on it, so I'm just going to let it go. Go ahead.
Good old fucking Irish blood.
All right. Anyways, point is, first of all, do you smell what Martin is cooking? Is on Pez Power Productions now. I would suggest everyone go over there and take a look at that if you want Martin to teach you how to make spaghetti bolognese.
I mean, it's rudimentary, man. That they teach kids that in school, but then the same kids leave school and they forget this when they're in student houses. I was thinking another channel I could do is, or I don't know, maybe on this channel, it's just cooking on a budget. You know what I mean, for students, because I look at students and I'm like, and I think back to times I was in student accommodation, and like if you just showed a couple of little life hacks how to make good food on the cheap, but then again, it's like you want a fucking clean kitchen, and when I've lived in these houses where you can't fucking cook because some of the people you live with are just throwing their dishes. I remember once Dan Riley, he made a curry and just fucked off to Longford, leaving the pans and everything in the kitchen for the weekend. And I was like it was about 25 or 26 at the time. I was like, how can you just, and he had flatmates and stuff. And it's like, oh, mate, you're making a curry, man. Yeah. I'm like, you're not going to do the dishes. Oh, fuck that. I got to get a bus. And I was like, the place was fucking, rats could have been living there. Good crack, though.
My first roommate in California was like that. I only stayed there like a month. I couldn't deal with it. I was like, I gotta go, bro. He was worried. Oh, thank you very much, Missy. That's very nice of you. Hats off to you, Missy.
Roshi Max in the fucking chat too, hey. We've got all the ladies in the house tonight. Let me just say, whoa.
Whoa.
Let me just say, yeah.
Yeah.
You're looking forward to when we come over to the States, Chris?
Say again.
You're looking forward to seeing us over in the States?
Oh my God, dude. I have been looking forward to nothing else. Like, this is awesome. I'm really, really, like, The thing is, though, I'm also, since we're flying by the seat of our pants and we don't have much of a script this time, where it's going to be interesting. But I have a few ideas. If a
Chris,
little bit of
I just think just filming us knocking about, interacting with people, that's all you need. You know,
it's
trying to shoehorn
that's
a
part of
fictional
it for the
narrative in, it won't work because
that's part of it though for the short clips to bring attention to it. But like I just need.
let's put it to the chat, right? Chat. When myself and Stevie are over with Chris and Sam in the States and Pete, what would you like to see us doing? Like, we're going to film a whole load of stuff and a whole load of content. Is there anything in particular that you would like? I know also, if you're not watching this live and you're watching this later, please do leave a comment in the comment section. And if there's anything you want us to do, then we can do it. And, because the thing is, we're going to be in New York, man. The production value of having the New York skyline, the Brooklyn Bridge, Empire State Building, all that kind of stuff. It's just it looks
To
like
have
the
that
fucking real
skyline,
deal.
we're gonna have to go outside of the city a little bit, but we're gonna have
Yeah, we
some
go to
Times
fucking
Square.
Hoboken.
Yeah,
I was
true.
gonna say, there's a guy called Danny Polishuk who's a comedian, good friends with. He's got a thing called the Boys Cast with Ryan Long, and hopefully we're gonna meet up with him when I'm over there in the States.
Yeah,
and I really want to meet up with Gerald Celente.
you should just go walk into the Barstool Sports office while you're in New York.
We could do that. We could film it.
Yeah,
like, where's Portnoy?
Yeah, exactly. He'd come up there. Who the hell are these? Who the hell are these? He got into beef recently with the Somerville pizza owner. The guy came outside and was yelling at him to get off his corner and saying he didn't like what Portnoy did for small businesses. But the funny thing is Portnoy raised $500 million for small businesses during COVID. So it's like
he raised $500 million.
Yeah.
Shit, man, that's fucking top notch.
Yeah, he gave it all away too. Like he didn't take any. He gave it all away to small businesses. It's all on taxes, everything. It's all like by the book, as far as I know. Now this is where as far as I know, but he's not. He's a dickhead, but he's funny and he seems like he has a good soul. So whatever. And since he just bought Barstool back for $1, he sold it for $450 million and he bought it back for $1. I think he's doing okay.
How does he do that?
Because Penn, Penn, they're like the stock group, right? Penn, but anywho, it's owned by like Peter Chernin and the Twitter group and all those guys. They own a production company in Hollywood, yada yada yada. They bought it from Portnoy, and then now they're doing something else. So they wanted to get rid of it because Barstool's kind of a little outlandish and not exactly PC. Even though they tried to go PC. But the point is he bought it back for $1, and I think he has stock options, and he made a lot of money. So he's got his baby back. So hopefully Barstool's going back to the way it was. He had to lay off over 100 people last week, though.
Oh, really? Streamlining. It'd be nice if I've had a couple of fucking tough years, and I'm like, I want to. I think to fuck with the UK. I think I'm better off just trying to focus on the States, trying to make it there, and then go back to the UK.
I couldn't agree more. I didn't even know the UK was. I thought you would have tried to do that before. If you're going to put any time,
yeah, but I just feel like I can't be arsed, man. I think States, and then I'll go back and do things in the UK. But I think it's good for us to be. It's funny because a lot of people who I speak to over here in Sweden, like, they're looking at the Instagram and they're like, "Oh, you're doing a lot," and I'm like, "Not really." But like, people are like, "Oh, I've followed you on the gram. You're doing this, this, and this." And I'm like, "Yeah, from time to time we go places." Right. But it'd be nice, man. It'd be nice to. I'd like to hit the West Coast. I'd say there's a lot of changes in Los Angeles since the last time I was there.
I'm headed out there in like February, so we'll see what happens this time, and maybe we make something happen out there.
And did you go? February made me shiver. Every paper I deliver, bad news on the doorstep. I couldn't take one more step, and I can't remember if I cried or not. What about her? What about something touch my Gucci? Sorry about that. I don't know where that came from.
I was just letting it go, trying to catch up on the comments. Oh, Graham Russell, how about those Celtics? That's right. That was another thing I was going to see if we could do is catch a preseason NBA game while you were here.
Graham Russell.
So that would be cool.
Graham. His name is Graham Russell.
Missy, I'll be in touch. Don't
And
worry.
he's dead at. He watches Brookside. The last weekend. A hard-hitting video that never made it to TV. And I wonder when I watch Jimmy fucking Corkill, everything could be like Brookside the last weekend. Sorry, I lost the plot a bit there. Graham Russell, great to have in the chat, lad. Great to have in the chat. Roshi Maka, should have fucking get playing. Could have, would have, should have. I've got to change the strings on. I've got two acoustics here.
You just
And
changed
one of
the
them is-
strings on.
One of them is my workhorse that I bring to the gigs. One of them was previous gigs guitar, but some fucking knobhead who was handling me guitar on the fucking airplanes and that had thrown it around and broke some of the ribs on the inside of the guitar, which had to be fixed.
You can't
Yeah, I
carry
heard
it on
that the
plane.
guy from Smash Mouth died.
Yeah, he did.
But apparently he was, according to Dr. David, incredibly obese.
He was a big man, yeah.
Oh,
But I think he died of lung cancer or something.
I don't know, mate.
I'm not sure. A lot of people are passing away. The great Terry Funk. Do you remember Terry Funk from old school wrestling?
I don't.
Like, he was like a
Well, I remember,
hardcore
like,
guy before
here,
hardcore
Marty.
was a thing.
I work in the airport. You see, he doesn't have any respect for anyone. If this is who I think it is, welcome to the party. Seasons of the Boff. Howdy, brother. I like that for an avatar, man. It looks like some lad laying down some fucking mega cable against some bad bastards in the 7th ring of Dante's Inferno. I heard he was big into the party. Purple Aki fucking died. You what? Never heard about that. Is he fucking dead, is he? Purple Aki? Dead? I don't fucking believe that, mate. That'll be a state funeral up in Liverpool, that will.
Really? I don't know who that is. Tell me about him.
Purple Aki is the guy who was going around squeezing people's muscles and getting lads to do push-ups.
What?
Oh, mate. Purple Aki. And he was like the stuff of law growing up. Is Purple Aki dead or alive? I can read this.
Should we ask people in New York how many push-ups they can do on the street?
No, he's doing it at Liverpool. It says, is Purple Aki dead or still alive? Who is Purple Aki? Where is Purple Aki now? 2023. The current status of Akinwale Olowafolo Jimmy Oluwatobi Arabiki. Fucking hell, that's a hell of a.
There's a lot of words to tell me whether he's alive or not.
Yeah, check out his full name, man. I mean, that's quite a tongue twister. Check out this. This is in the comments. I'll show that, and then I'll put up on the screen for anyone who can't be arsed looking at it. So there it is. Akinwale. Try and read that there, Chris, lad.
Akinwale Oluwafol Lajimi Oluwatope Arobike.
Not too bad. Not too bad. Aki's still alive.
Still feeling muscles. That's
she
what
got
we
sold
should do.
with Zonzi.
Wait, is that all he does? Is he just walks around, feels people's muscles? I'll go around New York City, grab a few muscles, and ask people how many push-ups they can do.
With the Twitter bastards giving out about your man from Smash Mouth, because basically he didn't trust, as Barry Ringside from Liverpool would say, Kingpin Nonce, Dr. Fauci, and the other kingpin nonce, which is Bill Gates. That man, and I've said it time and time again, you can see the villainy just oozing out of him. Do you know
Creepy dude.
what? Like, if I'd love to fucking see Bill Gates locked in a cage, like a UFC cage, and he had to fight Purple Aki and Stateside, but none of them were wearing any clothes, and there was just a fucking load of Johnson's baby oil, and that would just televise that and have it go on for
I
ages.
want to change the setting from a cage to the basement in Old School where Blue dies, where they're in the little kiddie pool filled with lotion. Change the setting and I'm in.
Fuck him. He's a bad egg, man. I remember I was having a chat with this lad, Owen. You know, Owen, in the guy who was in the pub. And when I first told him, I was like, Gates is a wrong'un. What are you talking about? The man's a humanitarian. No, I won't hear a bad word said about him. And I was like, well, you don't know him personally. You just read all the shite that is written about him in papers. What needs to happen to him is someone needs to take a DeWalt Kango drill with a dildo attached at the end of it, and just up his ass and till the cows come home.
Yeah, but he's one of those like uber rich sick people, and he might be into that.
Yeah, probably would. Yeah, he'd be one of those people who like pays big money for some dominatrix to walk on his chest and put cigarettes out on him.
Smashy Rashy says, "Who's the Yank?" All right, Smashy.
Smash that like button if you like Yanks.
Thank you. No, I'm kind of a director of sorts. I'm just a friend of Martin's.
Fair enough.
That's who I am. That's who I am.
That's who you are. I mean,
I don't know the man. I don't need to give him. What do you want me to give him? My social and stuff while I'm out here. My address.
That's how it do.
Forget about it.
What are you gonna do about it?
No, we'll figure out some good stuff though coming up in the next month. So there'll be check Martin's social and hit @LightsCameraChris on Instagram. We'll be out there. We'll be in the streets. The weather should be pretty nice too. So thank you, Missy. I'm an associate.
He's an associate.
I'm a friend. I'm a friend of a friend. All right.
Hey, some guy in a bar I met once.
I'm a dude who went from Instagram messages to his couch. That's all you need.
He's a Paijan. He's a Paijan.
That's right. Instagram messages to babysitting. That's my route traveled.
Yeah, you're gonna have to get yourself a good woman who will carry your children, and then you can be like, "Hey, Martin, I can't come out. Baby Chris is puking all over me. I gotta wipe asses all day."
It's true.
You'd be a good dad, Chris. You would be, mate.
We'll see. I don't have the patience after a few hours, though. Bedtime is difficult. I don't know how you parents do it.
There's a meme of Sam and Frodo after they put the ring into the fire, and they're like this, clutching each other. It was like us after getting the kids to bed.
Oh my god! Some nights intense, but worth it though. Baby Pez, someday, Missy, someday.
Yeah, it has to be done, mate. Bedtime equals whiskey. Yeah, I think some people just have to deal with that by having a few fucking bevies or a glass of wine or something.
I haven't had a whiskey since I've seen you.
Yeah, well, to be fair, like, it's probably a good thing.
I know.
As soon as you cut out the whiskey, it was like, different fucking man altogether.
True. It's
sure, like, if I drank enough whiskey, I fucking do daft shite myself as well. So
I was just a little rude. Not too much daft shite. At least I didn't get punched this time.
It's funny because on the kids' gums. I was like,
that's smart.
It's funny because I was talking to Brendan. I went out biking with Brendan the other day, and he was like, Chris is a great guy. You know, I mean, he's definitely got self-awareness. Like, the second time I met him, he came up to me. He was like, sorry if I was a dick last time I met you. And he's like, oh, you're all right. He's fucking sound.
But he's a good dude. Real good dude.
Yeah, he's sound, man.
Real
Mantis.
Do they have to? How big was the bike that man went on though? He's tall as
He's got a
hell.
pretty big framed bike. Yeah, he's 6'6".
He's a big dude. Big dude. I was just reading the comments there. We got
Oh,
Straight
he has
Green
to
Pony
come on,
in
man.
there.
He has to come on. He has to come on, just for a touch. The
Send
main
link
man.
up.
He might even fucking make it over to New York for a little touch. I don't know. But this legend has to come on for a to say hello.
I wanted Gaffigan to come to New York with the red camera so we could actually do some stuff. But no one has written in the comments.
What's Gavin got a red camera?
Yeah, that thing's like 18 grand or something. That thing's wicked expensive, dude.
When did he buy that?
Last year.
Fucking hell, man. Oh, look who we got. Add to the stage, Mr. Strange Ways.
There he is.
Boy,
How you doing over there in
Hello,
AZ?
legend. Hello, legend.
Ivan, what's up, gentlemen? Chris, good to see your face.
Pleasure.
How's the humidity levels over there in Phoenix?
I think we got one more brutal weekend coming up. It's supposed to be like 113 tomorrow, and it's pretty humid. But after that, I'm hoping it starts to level off.
Did you guys feel any effects of that hurricane that came up a little while ago?
A little bit.
Which the one on the Pacific?
We had one big night around that.
I can't really hear him.
Yeah, might have.
Did you put something on your microphone?
There's also here.
I was wondering about that because people in LA, half and half, people said it was crazy, and other people were like, it's nothing. I think the natives thought it was something, and the transplants were like, this is just normal weather.
Yeah, it wasn't for us. It wasn't anything that would be expected at this time. All right, I'm fucking with this guy.
Audio fidelity.
Yeah, we're having a little
Very
audio
strange
difficulties. Bear with us. But back to, I just want to ask the chat one more time if they could, please. Any ideas of things to film in and around New York City and one day in Boston? While Matt figures out his audio here.
Man, I really want to go back to Arizona. It's fucking brilliant over there.
Me too.
We didn't even scratch the surface.
So am I just quiet? That's what's happening?
Yeah.
Yeah, it sounds like you're like far away, but you're not.
Could be the mic cable. Oh, I'm glad we went to Long Wang's, man. I had that for dinner, supper, and breakfast.
Long is legendary.
What time is it over in Phoenix now? Classic Irish. What time is it over there?
4:33.
Oh, you sound good now.
How about that?
That's crystal clear.
Yeah.
Crystal
Going big
clear.
league. All right.
The Hucklebuck.
Here we go.
Tell me this. So you were working today, were you?
I was. I left a little bit early. Everybody's out of town for the conference, the big zoo conference. So I did a half day, come home, just doing some stuff here.
Funny enough, my next door neighbor was I was spreading the word of Greenhaven, and my next door neighbor, his daughter's studying. She wants to do zoology, and he was saying, yeah, maybe she could go over there and you maybe find some work. I was like, I'll ask the man for you.
Yeah, I can, always put them in touch with me, and I can do what I can to make recommendations and see what's available. I'm good like that.
I fucking might even come over and work there myself. What do you mean you're moving to Phoenix to work in a zoo?
Oh yeah, that wouldn't be.
We'll find you work.
Yeah,
you guys, both you guys will appreciate this. You remember your man Bradley, the guy who gave us the tour?
Yeah, of course.
And he had the toucan tattoo.
Mm-hmm.
So we just had 2 rare toucans birthed at the zoo under his charge, and they've named them Guinness and Half Pint.
Oh, yeah. Good for him. Those are great names.
Yeah. And coincidentally, some weird business. There's a town south of Phoenix called Florence, and this week Guinness opened up a Guinness outlet there.
A Guinness outlet.
Yeah,
A
let's.
Guinness outlet, like selling Guinness products, this and that.
Mhm.
And wait, there's more.
Mhm.
And I'm going to go there tomorrow and see if Guinness wants to do any sponsoring with the zoo, or at least make some first initial contact.
Hmm.
And then they have next door a bar. I don't know if the bar is open yet, called the Irish Cowboy. So I'm going
Sounds
down
like
there tomorrow, picking up a T-shirt for your man, and see about Guinness sponsoring some toucans. Be a fun day.
That's
Sounds-
awesome.
Hey, we never did get to drink that IPA, or the 3 beers you have around the dinosaurs.
Oh, I know. We never did, huh?
And I tell you, at that time, on that particular time, that would have been sweet. How are the
Yeah.
geysers? They must be well energized in the heat.
The who?
The geysers.
Oh, the Gators. Yeah, man. They just kind of slop in the heat. It's so hot. Even they just kind of. It's kind of the in between when they act more, because then they have to go up and get warmed up by the sun, and then they go cool down and this and that. Right now, when it's super super hot, nobody moves. It's just like,
Are they just chilling with in the B flat range?
Yeah, exactly. The who loves it is the greater one-horn rhino.
That's I was just about to ask about that beast.
Judy.
Yeah, Chudy, that's right. Yeah, he's a maniac, dude. He goes viral just about every week. Last week he has this giant 500-pound tire that he likes to roll around. So he took it inside. He was going in to eat, and he brought it in with him at the end of the day. He just rolled it in.
Oh my god.
It's awesome.
Probably
He's
used it as a pillow.
He is
Yeah.
so massive. It's crazy.
Huge.
What's he weigh?
I
Would
would
be over a
imagine
ton.
I would imagine it's over a ton. I don't know. I imagine it's probably about 2,500 pounds, but that could be a way off. Either way.
Jesus, that's still massive though. That thing
Yeah.
coming at you quick, it's gonna take out your car.
Oh yeah, he's a big boy, but he's just a puppy really right now.
How
So
long
he's
do
still-
they stay alive for?
I'm not a keeper. I'm guessing pretty long time. I mean, our elephant, she's 50 something. So
Really?
yeah, so they could be 60. That's an elephant. So I imagine a rhino is going to hit 40 years.
Wow, that's crazy though.
How's Elvis and the boys doing?
All good, man. All good. Speaking of Elvis, not the Elvis, but well, yeah. First, Elvis for those that are just watching, these guys got to meet this giant Galapagos tortoise named Elvis, a big 550 pounder. And Elvis was on the cover of the Wall Street Journal here in the United States a couple weeks back. He was on the front page, so he's doing good. Last week, I thought of you, Martin, both you guys, because I know you're both pro wrestling fans. I got to kick it with the Honky Tonk Man down in Tucson.
What? His record just broke last Monday night. His Intercontinental title record was finally broken after 39 years, I think, on Monday.
He was wrestling the other night.
Oh, no shit. No.
Gunther broke his record. He held the title for the longest. Gunther
right.
just broke it. So that's crazy you mentioned him.
Well, Honky Tonk, he's in Arizona. He's a resident here in town. He doesn't even live that far from me, a few miles. And he's a big fan of Danny Marinino as well.
Is he?
Wow.
Yeah, because they meet at the Comic-Cons. So he read Danny's book, and Honky Tonk's daughter's a vet. So we had a lot to talk about. So he's a good dude. So I think he's going to come down and hang out at the zoo. I'll give him the same tour that you guys got.
Oh man, hey, ask him does he want to come on this
Well, I
small
will.
but good channel.
I will.
I'll
That
talk
was the
about
plan.
old school wrestling. I'll give you questions.
Oh man,
to
yeah,
ask him,
Chris will
Mark.
fucking
I love it.
Yeah, I'll
hey, listen, everyone
goes
in the
without
chat
saying, I'll
here,
set it up.
we gotta make some noise for Graham Russell. He's 27. He's only a young fella. On Wednesday, happy birthday, Graham, mate. Happy birthday to you. And if you're in Dublin on the 15th and 16th, come to the Devil's Cut. That's what we're playing. And I'll shake your hands and I'll buy you a nut brown ale and tell you everything's gonna be all right.
So that's next weekend then. Next weekend you'll be in Dublin.
Yes. He is one that'll fucking put the shit up you a bit, right? So
Okay,
today
that's
I
all
was
your
standing at
favorite.
the train station, or maybe it was yesterday, I don't know. And I was thinking to myself, that the time since Spice Girls Zig a Zig Ah came out, in that amount of time, that would have been the lifespan of Jimi Hendrix, Kurt Cobain, Janis Joplin, Amy Winehouse, and you think like, talk about feeling old.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I was actually thinking of like, that's 27 years. That like, and the amount they achieved. But I don't. I mean, I don't. And Jim Morrison as well. But I don't think they were very happy really when you think about it. Like they must have been like, you know, you look at these guys when you're a kid, man, like, oh, they had it all, man. But all that glitters isn't gold.
very true.
I'm amazed Pete Doherty didn't check out, because he was pretty close.
Many times.
Did you see the Rolling Stones just had a new album with original tracks or something come out? Or they're about to?
Really?
Yeah, they had their like release party. I saw the 3 dudes there, Jagger and whatnot, standing on. It was just on Apple News. I saw it. So yeah, they have a new thing coming out.
Guns N' Roses released a song there recently as well. Apparently that was unreleased. Can't even remember the fucking name of it. It's all right, man.
You want to know something crazy, Maddie? I was just thinking about you because I flew home with something and I ran out of something the other day, and I found something in my bag, and it was something that you gave him and he gave me, and I was like, "This is old, but it'll do the trick."
Very nice.
I ran out and I was like, it was like a day before payday, and I was like, I don't know what I'm gonna do here, so it was perfect.
It's the gift that keeps on giving.
Yeah, so thank you once again. Thank you very much.
What was this?
Found some leftovers in his luggage.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, I brought them up to you.
Yeah, you woke me up in the
Compliments
morning with a book and some joints, and what a great wake up it was, but it was strange. I don't even know how you got in my room.
I can't remember either. I think we knocked.
I was
God, that was
sleeping.
the getting up, man. It was just like, I really was feeling nice and at home in Phoenix. Like, the hospitality yourself and the lads shown, that really was a fantastic, memorable experience, and yeah, it was fucking awesome.
Yeah, it
And
was unbelievable out there.
yeah, and then to get up at like 3:20 and have to go to the airport and then leave Steve at the airport. I was like, oh, we don't even go in the same fucking direction home. Like,
Well, I saw a lot of me and Old School and EVGB and Fatty, you might have seen on Instagram. We all went to Irish Heritage Night at the D-backs game last week.
Oh yeah,
and the whole gang was there, and I hadn't seen any of the Irish crew, so everybody was asking for you guys and how are the lads and when are they coming back, and Kira sang the national anthem. I'm ashamed to say I didn't know she was going to do it, so I missed it.
How many people were at the gig or the game?
The D-backs
was it the Diamondback Stadium? Was it?
Yeah. It's just right now baseball's having a hard time bringing people in, so I don't know, 15,000 were there, 20,000, something like that.
Kira got up and sung it.
Yeah, and like I said, we walked in, like right as she finished, not knowing.
Hey, what's your one? The Rosa Tralee girl we met. She said her name was Peaches McGee, but it wasn't.
Yeah, I'm Kelsey.
Colleen or something, was it?
No, yeah, Kelsey,
yeah. I got Mark. I picked something up for you at that game, by the way, because I know you like how them about them Diamondbacks, right?
About the Diamondbacks over there in Arizona.
This is coming your way. Can you see it?
Oh, sweet, man.
Well, that's a nice hat.
Special made. How do I do this?
Look at that.
Oh, it's got an island flag on it as well.
One of a kind.
That's
one
awesome,
day
man.
a year. Yeah.
Hey, what's Perez gonna say when he sees me wearing a fucking Diamondback hat?
I think we get Perez wearing one.
Yeah, we could do.
I mean, I'll probably wear it if it's free and it goes with my outfit, but I won't support the team.
It's funny because when Chris was over, he kept saying to my son Ellis, he was like, take that Yankees head off, take that Yankees head off. And then Ellis went and he asked his mum to to get him a Boston hat to be like Chris's one. So sometimes both me and the young lad are going around with Boston Red Sox hats on.
Well, I'm a Mets fan, but I'm not a Yankees fan. So my favorite American League team has always been the Red Sox. So I support it.
Yeah. Well, it was just because he would wear it just as a joke. He knew I didn't like it, but I had no idea he was going to do it. I think that's wicked sweet. So
yeah, that's great. That's good news. Funny stuff.
Nah, the Red Sox suck, though. At least the Diamondbacks are worth watching. The Red Sox aren't even going to make the playoffs, so forget about it.
Yeah.
It would have been awesome if you were going to be in Boston in October for a Red Sox playoff game. That would have been amazing.
Yeah. So what's going on? You guys got New York in October. Are the dates right next to each other again, or are you coming and going?
I put them here. I have because Cowboy did a live stream earlier, so there's 2 live shows in New York on the 1st and the 5th, and then
actually, there might be another one in Hoboken and Jersey. So I need to.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, I need to. I met a guy in the pub over here called Mark from Strabane, and he was like, "Here, you fucking Eddie Durkin, man." I'm like, "Yeah."
Yeah, I am, dude. What's up?
You fucking ain't right. So October 1st and 5th in
New York, and then 6 Boston, 6 Boston, maybe 7 Boston, as well. If not 7's the open. Wow. Then the 8th again in New York, and then the 11th on Long Island, and then either the 13th or somewhere around there. There's another one, which is the big one, the big venue that has like 1,000 seats in it. So that's the last one.
Wow. Good. You set these up, Chris?
No, I only set up Boston, Cowboy, and we're working with a charity to raise some money for a sick girl. I think they're the ones that did it.
Cool. Well, I mean, not cool that for the
not
reason.
For the sick
I'm
girl,
glad that it came together.
Yeah.
You know, that's pretty awesome. This is big, Martin. This is like a little tour.
Yeah. I wouldn't mind going hitting the West, like we were talking, like San Diego, Phoenix, Colorado, or Denver, Phoenix, LA,
Vegas.
Do you think?
Don't know about San Francisco though. I heard bad fucking things about San Francisco.
I don't even think you need to do LA, dude. Like LA's gross.
It'd be nice to go to LA. I haven't been there.
Well, LA, I think if you're really doing that, the secret would be to get a hold of the cultural center in LA. Remember, they want to do stuff with you, and Kiara had reached out, so I would get the numbers from them if you want, and see if you can get something righteous in LA, not just, you know what I mean, worth it.
Yeah, exactly.
And then Vegas, my buddy is the radio guy up there, so we could probably get some promo if you want to do it there. He will help us get a gig or whatever. He's a comedian too, so he's in that scene as well.
That's awesome.
If you need help booking. When are you thinking West Coast? Spring?
I mean, maybe December.
Yeah.
Might be a bit too soon, but
I would think February would be good though, because by then you're gonna have had enough of fucking Swedish weather, and you're really gonna want to get out of there. And by then it'll give us time to book and plan properly.
Yeah, these places are gonna be booked ahead of time by then too.
Exactly.
You reckon February then?
That's what I'm thinking.
If you start booking now, reality.
Yeah, I'm waiting. I'm trying to see what happens with this show in Boston first, to then see, like, because I've never done this before. I have no idea what I'm doing. So after that, then I'm gonna go and push out to all the Well, I have to build a stage, I guess, because they don't even have a stage, and I have to do all the lighting and stuff. So if these are materials I'm gonna have to buy. Speak of the devil, Cowboy Kelly just texted me. I'll call you tomorrow. So hopefully that happens.
Well, tell him we're on the live stream. If he's a hard man to get a hold of.
Get the band back together.
He's like Harry Houdini on a Tuesday night.
Okay, hold on. All right, I told him, can you text me the link? Or maybe I can't scroll up all the way through YouTube to find the link, though. So if you text me the link or text him over the link right now, why would you need? Don't even.
Yeah, I'll put the link in the chat. If you copy the chat, just.
I can't copy the chat, bro. I'm doing this all through the phone.
Yeah, but if you go onto the chat on the phone.
I'm on. Okay, give me a second. Good lad.
I just said that. I just said Matt Strangeways is on. So yeah, that might tickle his fancy.
It'd be nice to see his face. Old
How are the
school.
boys doing over there in Boston? Or sorry, in Phoenix.
What am I doing?
Yeah. What are the plans for the weekend?
Go down to that Guinness store on Saturday and get the Irish Cowboy T-shirt for a cowboy.
Ah,
and
yeah.
about an hour out of town, so I'll probably stop and look at some weird stuff that I like to do.
Is it north, south, east, or west? I'm just curious.
Southeast. It's called Florence. It's a weird old town. I have a couple connections there. There's a pyramid on a hill outside of there where a Zoroastrian. It's a Zoroastrian burial where a guy tried to make Arizona a Zoroastrian state. So I always like to drive by that.
I'm sorry to interrupt, but could you tell me what a Zoroastrian?
You mean the lads from like Syria,
Zanzibar, and Sri Lanka, I believe.
Is this a religion?
It's an ancient religion.
Oh, interesting.
So there's sun worship involved. You know, it's a proto religion.
They're like the Yazidis in Syria.
I think so. Yeah, right.
Hey, my son, he loves he always brings the. Remember we were in Dateland, and I bought the coyote teddy for him.
Yeah.
Yeah, he loves that. He brings he calls him Dateland Coyote.
Nice. That's funny, man. It's like that stop in Dateland was so fun. We had those giant shakes, and then like a week later felt like a year later in some regard, didn't it? Like because we traveled so many miles. Even that first journey is like we don't know if you're going to make it for the reasons that we know, and you go on this 24-hour odyssey, and I come out of work and basically go 6 hours and meet, and we get through, and then the next day we shrooming through the desert and get there exhausted but in a great mood, and we arrive and there's Chris Pez ready to go.
There's a lot of energy.
Chris
There's a lot of energy.
He was on the fucking Jimmy.
He's already on his fourth.
It was hilarious, man, because the pair of you were on such different levels. Like Chris was like, I've never seen excited. I mean, you just come from like this fucking 6-hour journey through the desert, and fucking
dealing with governments and international espionage, and
I was just so excited that you made it. What else was I supposed to do? Like sit there quiet? Hey, Martin. No, I jumped up and was excited. If I hadn't done that,
it was just a funny experience because we went from like we did it, man, like that end of the marathon, even though we were still in the beginning, but we had made it to a level, and you were just like ready to go.
Yeah,
it was good though.
I've been sitting there for 2 hours bored. Like, what was I supposed to do?
I can't say that I would have been any different if it was really
I was because once and somebody wasn't really answering their phone very much, so I had no idea where people were or where I was staying the evening or anything. So I was like, I might as well just get my room now. And then literally 5 minutes, I was like, all right, I'll have one more drink before I do it. And during that drink, you guys came in, so I was like, yes, I was so happy. Like everything came together. But yes, I understand we were different planes. We were on different planes.
One of these days, I'm going to come out to whether Martin and Cowboy are there or not. I'm going to show up in Boston one of these days, Chris. I'm going to be like, "Where's my couch?"
Just
hey, hurry up while the pool's open.
Yeah, you might want to come now because when the winter comes, you're not going to want to be here.
That's true.
Hey man, I really want to do this cooking thing with Danny Marinino, man. I think that'd be fucking awesome.
Yeah. He's doing good. I was over there a few weeks ago.
What was he cooking?
Lunching down. And Jay Photos has got some new stuff coming out. That Red Morden. I tell you, this looks like you, Martin. Did you? This character. If they ever make it a film, it's the guy from originally from Death Dealer. But since Jay Photos, like he was partners with Frank Frazetta back in the day. I'll find a page where it looks visible. It's so they can't use the term death dealer, but he's a red-haired Viking character.
Oh yeah,
there? And he just basically goes
that
through.
could be something interesting to turn into a feature.
That's exactly. I mean, and I know it's not very lit here, but you can see, and he's red hair and big party buck there. Yeah, here he is.
Yeah.
Never know.
You never know.
Yeah, it's a little,
Where's
That lad's got a little bit bigger of a belly than Martin does, though, but we can fatten Martin up.
Who's this?
Ab muscles.
Yeah, why not? Get some HGH going for Maloney. His head will grow already insanely massive. Thing's huge as it is.
What's this, Chris?
I'm saying if we got to get you in a movie role, we'll just get you some HGH, but it'll make your forehead grow. It'll be a 5 head after it's done.
Apparently, if you got a massive head, it's good for TV, good for the camera.
Yeah.
Tom Cruise's head is huge. You know what's the biggest head I've ever seen though is Jay Leno.
But like he's got like a Frankenstein head.
Look how far he got.
Yeah, exactly. Jay Leno got a fucking head like a basketball.
It's gigantic. And then his hair sticks up too. It's just massive.
Well, what was the Mike Myers movie? So I Married an Axe Murderer, where his uncle's Scottish or whatever, and he's like, head, fun. No, look at his head. It's massive.
Massive.
It's like a basketball.
It's like a basketball.
Oh man, I never did go to what's that place called? Roberts or Roberto's, the place in the Taco
Filiberto's. Yeah, Filiberto's.
Oh, I never made it there, man.
Yeah,
next time.
Filiberto's is awesome.
Hey, what's the Mexican food like up there in Boston?
It's like Mexican food.
Okay, keep your secret.
No, it's like, I mean, it's Mexican. There's a few great burrito places. We'll go to Anna's Taqueria. You'll love it. It's right by Fenway. I plan on going near Fenway, and then we'll go down to like Copley and stuff down there. So don't worry. You'll see all the spots. We'll get some good pizza. Don't worry about the food.
Like I remember back in 2006, there was this like pizza place. It was just like it was in Manhattan somewhere, like off somewhere around Times Square, off Fifth Avenue. It was just like I think it was like 75 cents for a slice of pizza.
Yeah,
it was the fucking best pizza I've ever had. Well, as in New York style pizza, it was just, and I was like, they were just non-stop pumping them out.
Yeah, it's just like an assembly line, but with pizza.
Yeah, I mean, like they had that video I did with that forged stout. Still haven't been fucking seen any money for that. And I was looking at I was swelt from the pints, man. I was like, that's an unflattering view of my gut.
Yeah.
It really inspired me to just fucking get back out and start exercising. And I was at the gym today as well. So I was like, there's this Italian woman who's now working in the gym. She was doing like some sort of stretching, yoga, aerobics with one-on-one with a client. And I was like, I'm here for the punch bag. Like, I need to use. So do you mind if I just? So I started quietly just fucking. And then later on, it was like, Unchained, fucking popping it. But I worked it up into a lather.
Yeah.
It's good to get the heart rate up. I'm tremendously out of shape myself. So,
you know, it's funny. When I was down at the Comic-Con I was going down for some work stuff. We're actually going to do in 2 years, we're going to have a comic art show. We have an art gallery now. So I was just kind of going down to talk to a few people. It's going to be rad. And so I talked to Honky Tonk, but I also talked to Derek Riggs, who draws Eddie for Iron Maiden.
Really?
Yeah, he's an old guy, but he was fun just to meet him if you're a Maiden fan. And then I talked to Luke Gygax. And Luke is the son of Gary Gygax, who is the guy who invented and wrote Dungeons and Dragons.
What?
I had many years ago a Dungeons and Dragons period in my life, and Luke's about my age. But like you wouldn't, I mean, I don't know what you'd expect, but dude's like 6'3", probably about 260, jacked, just out of the army. And we talked about gaming a little bit, but then we just talked about swinging maces. And he has a band too called Gygax, and I've only heard one song, and this is just because I started following him on Instagram because he's a good dude. And the song was called Dice Rollers and Rock and Rollers. It was good too. So I'm looking forward to checking it out. It was like some old school riff rock. So
Man, there's a hell of a lot of talented people around Phoenix.
I'm telling you, this guy, he's in California, but yeah, there's so many people here.
I was talking to someone the other day who said Marty Friedman now lives in Japan. Is that true?
Oh yeah, Marty's a friend of mine.
He is. You're saying you.
Yeah, I think we talked about it a little bit. Yeah, so Marty is huge in Japan, as they say. Literally,
and for the chat as well, is one of the guitarists or the lead guitarist from Megadeth.
Yeah, lead guitarist from Megadeth. He was in a band called Cacophony. Very well known shredder and accomplished muso. Very, very skilled guitar player. He lived here. Most of the Megadeth guys lived here, and some of them still do. And I had a mutual friend, this guy named John Callio, who used to be a crew guy for Megadeth. He wasn't anymore, but he's still friends with these guys. And they did a thing called Rocket to Russia, which was just a one night only Ramones tribute. It was with this guy Tom, who's an old friend of Marty's. Another guy, Steve, on drums, who was a friend of mine, and then the cat from the band Honky. Those of you guys, what's his name? He was also in the Butthole Surfers before that. He's still around. I forget his name, but he's REO Speed Dealer and all that. So they did it one night, and they wanted to do it again the next year, and he didn't. And all those guys couldn't do it. So John called me, and he said, "Could you get the guys from Greenhaven? Could they handle this? It's 23 Ramones songs they have to learn in 3 weeks." But my guitar player in Greenhaven had played guitar in a Ramones tribute once before, so he knew most of the songs. Boom, he switched to bass. Obviously, Marty's playing guitar. And they did a whole set. It's on there's somebody made a little video. It's on YouTube. So if you look at Rocket to Russia, Marty Friedman. And so
I was gonna say, you know your Greenhaven video you did.
Which one?
Was it Waterloo?
We did shoot a video for Waterloo, but never got finally.
The one you did with the in like the pub when you're playing.
Oh, for Southbound.
Southbound, yeah.
Southbound, yeah.
I've fucking Greenhaven's. It's a fucking unreal band, man.
Yeah, that it's funny because we were around like 14 years, and every few years a song would have some legs, and Southbound was kind of where it started.
But can you or get the original cut of that and then like re-upload it and scale it up? Because I really think you should.
I know it's all faded. Same with the one that we did with Fox Sports, because Fox Sports had us do. They used our video for Arizona State football season one year as like the theme. They called us up, and both those are on YouTube. And just because of time, they degrade.
Yeah, so like the original Hardy Bucks. Now it looks old as can be.
And that's how I first saw Hardy Bucks. Was like the first ones that people put up on YouTube. I don't know if it was, it was just fans probably. And it did seem like it was, it gave it like even though it was contemporary when I first saw it, or maybe just a couple of years later, it seemed kind of timeless because the video it was homemade and then on YouTube and then a few years. And I mean, it was kind of cool in its own sense, but I do have a VHS of that Southbound video. I could get it converted. I just got to dig it out.
I should do, man, because
I know
it's a great video.
It's ridiculous. There's people that were in like the movie Rob Roy are in that video. Chris from Scotland that you met, he's in it.
The lad in the zoo.
Yep. If anybody's ever seen Slayer fan, the meme.
What's your guitarist up to, or the Greenhaven guitarist? What's he at these days? Is he still playing?
I think he just tore his elbow. He's an accountant in Atlanta, and he had some kind of playing like he hasn't been able to play for a while.
Oh, that's a shame, man. He needs to get that.
I think he had surgery. Awesome. I just talked to him. We just had our yearly payout from residuals, so I sent everybody their checks, and sounds like he's doing good as far as life stuff. He's got a new kid and he wants to get back playing, but he's doing some therapy and stuff. So yeah, he shreds. He's a hell of a player. I sent those guys. When I sent him and Uncle Dave their checks, I also sent them each Appetite for the Session sticker.
Ah,
they both
nice, man.
were
Nice.
super excited about that. So
Ah, lovely. I was going to say the Waterloo's a great tune. So I'm friends with these lads called Dead Lord. They're a Swedish band. You should check them out as well. And for anyone in the chat and who's watching this later, do check out Greenhaven on Spotify and Windigo, Matt's two bands. But the man's he's got to settle. I mean, like what you're an absolute legend in your own right, Matt. You know what I mean? Like you're a big wheel down in the at the conservational zoology cracker factory.
yeah,
You're like an arm wrestling champion, but also a front man to like some fucking top rock and roll bands,
I was getting
and an
busy
all-around
for a
sound
while
lad.
Yeah, it's quite the story.
there. Yeah, we'll see what's next. I got more in me. I think. I hope.
Yeah, how's it going with the pilot episodes?
We've hit a little bit of a quagmire.
Oh yeah,
Yeah, so I'm going to have a conversation this week. Without getting too exact details, good for the listeners, but we're looking at a show. There's a network that has my face on the TV. Put it this way, I took a picture of my face on it yesterday just in case it was going to go away, because they're talking about they want a different format than what we were agreed to, and now there's no, money's weird. So we'll
numbers
see.
bogs getting in the way of the creative process.
The good news is that if there's a takeaway, and if we don't do this, my co-host, my business partner's brother, who's very successful in the entertainment industry, he loves it, and he thinks that we're on to something really good. And his buddy Jimmy likes it, Jimmy Spader, and James Spader. So there may be another angle. We may kind of zig when we thought we were going to zag, but everything seems to be up in the air at this time.
Yeah, but this is how these things work. When you're like, it's nothing's happening. Next thing, oh yeah, we'll go ahead with that. It's
Yeah.
so
that's what just keeps trudging forward. Yeah.
We got Graham Russell saying, "Dead dogs to get sold with Zonty." That's some Liverpool lore from Ross Kemp on gangs. Ross Kemp comes to Liverpool to check out the gangs. Some very naughty boys up there in Merseyside. But I was going to say I've got to be up in about 6 hours, so I best fucking get to bed. But lovely to have you both on, and the chat. Lovely to have you here and all the viewers, those who are listening but not commenting. But again, like I said earlier on, once myself and the boys hit the States, just any suggestions of stuff you'd like us to do. I mean, like, it could be just, okay, let's go up to the Empire State Building and do some filming up there, or, go and eat something at I don't know, some famous restaurant, or go to we'll have a bit of a walk around. And Matt, maybe you might even make an appearance over the east side.
Could always happen last minute. You never know.
Oh, I like where you
never say no till it's over.
Exactly. But I reckon we'll have to. What the fucking hell size that Spider-Man? Whoa! I was like, what the fuck is? Yeah, we have like I saw him last weekend. I was playing the guitar, and I saw him coming out of underneath the amplifier, and I was like, he's all right. He's doing his job, like. But just when you see a big fucking house spider running across, it does startle you. Non-venomous, so he's all right.
Yeah.
But for people who have arachnophobia, though, do you remember that film Arachnophobia that came out back in the day?
Yeah. I know the guy who did the effects on it. A lot of the effects on that film. If you remember, at the front of the zoo, there's a film, and the guy who filmed that is a friend of mine who worked on Arachnophobia. He's also the guy that was in the Johnny Depp trial, the one that was talking to the forensic researcher or whatever. He was in the Johnny Depp trial.
Oh, right. Yeah.
So that guy worked on Arachnophobia and also did my film at the zoo, and also wrote a couple songs on a Blue Oyster Cult album.
Really?
Yeah, he's an interesting
guy. What What a tapestry of
Yeah,
professions.
yeah,
What year was that? Was that 1990 that came out?
something like that. So around
Oh,
then,
it is
yeah.
1990.
Early
Yeah,
90s.
me and
Yeah.
my autistic memory. Jeff Daniels was in it. John Goodman.
I was
There's
always scared. I remember like seeing that back when I was like a kid. Like I'd never seen that movie.
If you
I
ever
always
want to
remember
see
the
it,
bit where like the kid was putting on the football helmet and he gets bitten, but it kind of jumped the shark at the end of it because the spider started going. Making
Yeah.
there was like the big head honcho spider that got shot with a nail gun.
like the end of it. Ah, it's a big
Yeah.
spider. That's it.
Yeah,
There's another spider movie called Kingdom of the Spiders, starring Shatner, and it's shot all here in Arizona.
What was it called? Kingdom of the Spiders.
Yeah, I believe so. I think it's Kingdom of the Spiders. It's pretty ridiculous. And I was asking one of the spider keepers at the zoo. I sent him a clip of it, and there's just spiders flying everywhere. And I'm like, are they dying? Because he goes, well, yeah. He said they call them something like water balloons or something because they just explode when they land. He said, yeah, they probably wouldn't be able to shoot that now because of animal, restrictions. But Kingdom of the Spiders.
I've taken the cover of that. I might watch Kingdom of Spiders if it's up. I remember when I was a kid watching this film with my dad. It was like this old American black and white film about this massive spider, like a big tarantula.
A lot of those kind of movies are filmed in Arizona. There's the Night of the Lepus, Lepus, about giant scary rabbits. That was filmed here in Ajo. And then the giant Gila monster, which was actually, or the giant beaded lizard, was one or the other. That was filmed, I think, out here.
The other day when I was cycling through the woods and I stopped off to pick a few blueberries just for the sustenance, and I almost I didn't see what was in front of me, but I felt like some web. I was like, what the fuck? I was like face to face with like this massive, compared to Australian spiders, but this big fat spider on. I tried to take a picture of it, but the camera couldn't pick it up. But I was like, whoa, that was a close one. Imagine just like straight into the web and you got this thing on your eye or something. Yeah, I remember when me and my dad were working on my sister and brother-in-law's house back in like 2001 in Dublin. The place was like, we were living in the place and tearing it down at the same time. It was just hard living. Like, I mean, I experienced like shitty conditions from a young age. So like, I'm pretty like, I like some of the places I've stayed over the years is like, I've slummed it big time. But we had these two camping beds we'd be in, and both me and my dad were sleeping with dust masks on for the fear a big fucking spider would crawl into our mouth. They were everywhere. It's like an old house that needed to be completely torn down. It was like, but then again, like if that was Australia, ooh, or even like, do you get black widows in the States?
Yeah. We get black widows and recluses.
Yeah, brown recluses are no joke.
Yeah.
Did you get them in Boston as well, Chris?
No, not so much up here, but when I was down south, like in Kentucky, they're all over the place down there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Brown recluses.
Yeah, if I remember correctly, there's like an Australian brown recluse and an American one. And I think the Australian, I could be wrong about this. I think the Australian one might even be more brutal, but neither of them you want in your socks.
Says here.
No, you don't want them in your socks. He's right. You don't.
It says the brown recluse spider's venom is very poisonous, but rarely causes a lot of damage because of the small quantity. Yeah. One of the active enzymes in the venom causes significant damage to blood vessels and cell death to the tissue at the envenomation site. God, they look pretty much like the guys you get over in. Like, they look pretty much like the house spiders you get here.
Yeah.
Like, do you have the regular house spiders?
The brown recluse has like a line down their back, though. I think that's what gives it away.
Oh yeah, it's almost like they've got like a gray abdomen, but.
And then so
what's the name of the European house spider then, or the garden spider? The one that I just
it's probably something like that. I'm not sure, but they, there's a lot of generic spiders that are just hanging out, trying to make a living.
Yeah. Make a living. Because the European house spiders, they look like they've got. I'll bring it up on the screen so we can have a little look at the before I.
Oh, added some
jet off to-
graphics to the live stream at the end. Production quality has
Yeah,
gone
well, I
up.
don't know why I didn't think of this sooner.
It's a multimedia event.
They've had to look at my beautiful face all evening. It's annoying.
Okay,
Sorry,
so these
guys.
lads, right? If you look at the pattern they have, it's like a granddad sock in the 80s. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's like
Yes.
yeah, these guys. I mean, like they look pretty menacing, but they're harmless enough.
Yeah.
So what are they known? What are they? Tegenaria domestica.
There you go. Domestic.
Let's
Pretty
read
soon, pretty soon, those spiders are gonna have rights.
Yeah,
If you
European
kill them,
house.
it'll be domestic abuse.
But these guys here, like, do you get them in America? These lads.
Probably not exactly like that, but something that fills the same niche.
It absolutely wouldn't surprise me if we had the exact same thing. One of them could have just stowed away on a ship,
And we probably do have that too, the invasive version of everything.
Yeah. So I don't know.
Hey, Chris, you want your mind blown? Did you know that earthworms are not native to the United States? Like
what?
Really?
No
fishing
way.
worms, night crawlers came over Europe. Now they're everywhere in every piece of dirt.
Yeah, that's an invasive species. There's no way. It just
tumbleweed?
rained here, so they all came out onto the hot top here too.
Thank you, Shawnee. That's crazy. So the earthworm isn't indigenous to the Americas.
There are some native worms, some native earthworms, but the ones we're thinking of that we go out and fish and night crawlers, your standard, I forget the scientific name, but nope, not native. Even the the tumbleweed resent in the West.
Yeah.
That's a Russian bush.
Really?
It wasn't here until maybe early 1800s or something.
No way.
Just spread.
It's crazy because I've been watching the UK Border Patrol videos on YouTube like nonstop.
Yeah, those are great. Those are awesome.
I'm like addicted. I'm watching UK, Canada, and Australia, but they're only from 2004. It's driving me nuts. But the point is, though, is like I get it now when they stop people. The cigarettes, I don't quite understand, but I get why they stop people with food and stuff. I want an updated version, though. I want a border crossing one post-COVID. That's what I want.
We can do one. We can do Mexico and see Martin coming across the border.
I don't know anything about that. YouTube.
I was going to say those night crawlers, as Pete Cass calls them, schlub worms. Old fucking schlubs, man.
I'm really looking forward to seeing old Pete. I'm really looking forward to
Pete would be good old crack, especially if you get him on the pints.
Listen,
Pete's a great man for like not going on the pints in a place where the pints would be great crack, and then just going on a pint binge back in Swinford with like some randos.
Just like his character. I actually messaged with Pete today because I had only met him through that time with you, Martin, holding up the phone. So today he just had posted something or whatever. So I said, hey, it's your man in America. Martin and Cowboys friends, and he's like, "Oh yeah, hey Benny." He wrote me back right away. Wrote a nice little thing.
He's a good man. Yourself and Pete would get on like a house on fire, man.
Yeah, he's the one that gets back to you. Getting in touch with Cowboy, another story as we know. Yeah. But Pete will write back. I'll give Pete credit on that worldwide audience here. Pete's a good man.
That's awesome. A Cowboy on the cover. I know you got to go, Martin, but did you see Cowboy was on what's not the Daily Mail, but the Irish.
Sunday World or something?
Yeah, it was one of the big, kind of, paper kind of websites, this and that. When he was down in Galway, and they hired him to do a bit, and then the next day, like TikToker, cracks jokes at the races or whatever. But it's good exposure.
Yeah, he's fair play to him. Like he came, like I've said this before, he came to see us on stage at Vicar Street, and he was just like, lads, what do you fucking complain about, man? You have it so fucking handy. And then he just took the bat and ran with it about 4 or 5 years ago, and now he's like, he's the big man on campus now. Fair play to him.
Yeah, he grinds though. He grinds.
He does, to be fair.
Yeah, he's earned it.
The rest of us are all fucking distracted by tech. I got saying like
everything.
Yeah, we're distracted by you know.
Well, I don't
But,
know how he even comes up with it though. That's why I respect him so much because he puts out so much content and it's all like different things. It's impressive how he does it. He's got a good formula, honestly.
Mm.
You know?
Claiming
He's got to
fucking
slow wing
blank.
down to an art form.
Yeah.
Yeah, he really does. He does. He's got his niche and he's running with it and it's really impressive. So the numbers are going to be big in New York too. I'm interested to see his analytics.
Yeah, it'd be good crack. But look, I'm going to drop this at 2 hours. It's officially 2 hours. And I will say to thank you, Chris, and thank you, Matt, two legends, and to everyone else in the chat, also legends. I heard Sean from Chicago might be flying into fucking Boston for a night. I don't know. It might be, and maybe we got Missy over there too. We got a couple of people over the other side of the pond might make an appearance in one of the shows in New York City.
If you guys need details, look me up. Lights, camera, Chris.
Lights, camera, Chris. He's on Instagram. He'll get back to you because I'm fucking useless at it.
Yeah.
But look, have a fantastic weekend, everyone. Thank you for an enjoyable Friday night, and we will see you again next Friday night for more of the same. So, lads, if you're around,
don't you have a show next Friday night?
Sorry,
you have a show next Friday in Dublin.
Shit, that's right. I'm in Dublin next Friday night.
This is why I'm here, everyone. So yes, shout out, go see him in Dublin next Friday. Where is it, Martin?
Just to answer this very quickly, it remains to be seen. Nothing really in the short term or the long term with a Series 5. So maybe we'll see. Who knows? But I will love you and leave you, everybody. You're Gordon's head on you, hey. Sound the boys. Oh, Graham Russell. Jack Russell's snapped at the heels of Rothwheeler.
3,300 miles, movie. Bye, everybody.
Yeah, that's good going, man. That's good going. All right, listen, ladies and gentlemen, God bless and have a fantastic weekend. Lads, I'll talk to you soon. Take it handy on the trail, partners.
See you, boys.
Good luck.